Good afternoon, principals of business students, and welcome to week 7. You are more than halfway through. Great job. Listen, this week is a really cool week. This is an area of passion for me, and I know I said that last week about marketing, but I'd like to say it again this week because we really are making our way through the 4 P's. P as in Paul. Those are product, price, place, and promotion. 4 very critical things for you to need to understand to make a business a success. And a couple of things, right? So there are 2 videos in this module. One is about Amazon and their wonderful distribution strategy. Amazon changed the game in supply chain management for the entire world, really. And the interesting tidbit is my brother-in-law was one of the founders of Amazon. Who knew, right? He lives in a castle in Seattle now. It's very, very strange fellow. But anyway, I digress. So Amazon distribution, absolutely fascinating. If you live in Indianapolis, which I do, we live near one of the Amazon distribution centers. So it's really interesting to kind of have that context. So you'll watch that video. I'd like you to read chapters 12 and 13. That's really going to go over those 4 P's for you once again. And then we're going to talk about Taza chocolate. There's a theme. There's 2 videos about chocolate in this course. Taza is a little bit different than our previous chocolate distributor that we talked about. If you've never had a Taza chocolate bar, I'm going to suggest you go out and find one. If you hit a Whole Foods or a Fresh Market, I can almost guarantee that you'll find a Taza bar there. It is unlike anything you have ever tasted in your life. It's a really unusual type of chocolate, but it is quite possibly the most delicious thing I've ever had. And if you go to Taza's Facebook page, you'll see some funny little quotes. There's a person there that said, I noticed this afternoon, that when she hits the pearly gates, she's pretty sure God will be there and he'll be holding a bag of Taza chocolate covered hazelnuts. So there's a lot of people who are huge fans of Taza chocolate, of which I am as well. But what Taza has done is they've really mastered the 4 P's, right? They really understand their product. They actually practice something called direct trade rather than free trade. So it'll be interesting when you guys are able to make that comparison. In terms of product, so they've really gotten that side of their business down. It's a very unique product, and they manufacture a chocolate bar from bean to bar, all the way, soup to nuts. In terms of place, they have a really sophisticated distribution channel. Shipping chocolate is kind of a tricky thing, right? So they've set up some very interesting distribution channels that they'll tell you about. So that's product and place. Price, lots of conversations about price. Taza chocolate's not cheap. It just absolutely isn't. It's a premium pricing strategy. People will pay something for something they believe has more value than something else. I'll pay more for a Taza chocolate bar than I will Hershey's, right? And then promotion, they'll talk a little bit about how they market to consumers versus their wholesalers. If you Google Taza chocolate, you'll very clearly be able to pick up the theme of authenticity, transparency, fairness, all of those wholesome, all of those words that they convey in their marketing. If you go on their Facebook page, you'll see all of the wonderful philanthropy that they practice as well. So their brand is really, really strong and rooted in that social responsibility side of a business. So they really are masters of the 4 P's, and that's what I'd really like you to discuss this week. For those of you that went and saw the discussion questions prior to me changing them, I apologize, but I wanted to make sure the discussion questions this week really pulled out those 4 P's and really helped you draw some connections to those 4 critical areas that Taza has really mastered, okay? So I apologize if I switched the discussion questions on you, but I want to make sure that we dig into that topic a little bit more, okay? So last thing you're going to do this week is take an assessment through chapter 13, and right now I'm going to give you a study guide, a verbal study guide. Are you ready? Okay, I have to read my paper, so forgive me. So we want to discuss ethics, make sure that you are clear on corporate ethics as well as the utility of a business, right? What purpose does a business serve? Most important with this assessment, marketing. Lots of marketing questions. Types of marketing, eras of marketing, promotion strategies, pricing strategies, product benefits, how those get communicated through marketing and through strategies. And then lastly, what we've been talking about this week, distribution channels. So those are your major topics of assessment this week. I keep reminding you, but it's also really important for you to know, the assessments are intended to measure your achievement, and part of that is, accessing your course materials while you're taking your test. Don't view it as cheating. That's the purpose, is for you to be able to go back and make sure that you have the right answers, feel confident in those answers. Also, there are 2 open-ended questions in this quiz too, so just be mindful of that and make sure you answer. If it's a question that has 2 parts, make sure you answer both. Okay, so wonderful job to this point. Really excited with the progress that you've all made. Please do reach out to me if you need anything at all. I'm here to support you in your journey, and I hope you have an awesome week. Take care. Bye.